allows on. All right. Good evening, folks. Frank KG6NLW here, Ham Radio Wilderness with Frank KG6NLW, and I'm coming to you live for the NorCal SwapNet. This is hosted every Thursday night on the N6ICW Repeater System in the Northern California area. For more information, you can visit n6icw.org. If you wish to join, it is a directed net, and you can do so by saying the suffix of your call sign phonetically. Armand, the weekly net control for the swap, will go all over this and take about 10 minutes to do so. I'm not 100% sure, but we're probably also connected through Echolink, N6ICW-R, and IRLP. The details are listed below me here, as well as on the n6icw.org website. I'll be here as long as the net's running, usually from about 8 p.m. Pacific 0300 to about 2100 Pacific 0400 UTC. I will have my mic muted so that you can hear just the radio audio, but I'll be in the chat ready to answer any questions you might have. Now, with all that being said, we're going to get the radio turned up and turned on and see who's out there in just a minute here. As I said, I will be in the chat, so if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I see Cyber Jason has already been in chat for a little bit there. Good evening to you. I know it's a little late for you, but thank you for joining us. And I see Mitch, WU1Q, in the chat as well. So with that being said, it is 8 p.m. Armand should be here on the radio any second.
And so the clock does beckon. It is 0300 Zulu, 8 o'clock Pacific Daylight Savings Time. And this is WB2ZEI, Whiskey Bravo 2, Zebra Echo India, Armand in Sacramento, welcoming everyone to edition number 12, the first springtime edition of the Northern California Swap. Of course, we're here on our springtime home, N6ICW, the main repeater, 147.195 with a plus offset. You also can access the NorCal Swap and the system by 146.94 in Chico with a minus offset, and also 145.15 with a minus offset somewhere in the Sierras in the Reno Tahoe area. And all of those repeaters can be accessed with a PL of 123 hertz. We're here to buy, sell, trade, give away, exchange, and talk about amateur and amateur radio related equipment. Things that pertain to ham radio, towers, rope, coax, antennas, computers, because, they've become a very important part of the amateur radio environment and all that kind of stuff. All-star nodes, DMR nodes, all that stuff. Buy, sell, trade, give away, find out about, etc. And it's easy to join the net. All you have to do is hang around a little bit till we open the listings portion of the net, which will come after my usual spiel. And all you need to do is give us your call sign suffix, the last part of your call sign, whether it be 1, 2, or 3 letters. I guess I'd have to get used to those 1 letters, the 1x1s, or, the 2x1s. They're okay, too. Anyway, drop in the suffix of your call sign, wait to be recognized. It is a directed net, and when recognized and asked to proceed, here's the information we need from you. First of all, give us your full call sign and use phonetics. The phonetics are helpful on this end. You know your call sign, but most of the times I do, and some of the times I don't, depending on if you've been here before or how many times. So use those phonetics. Give us your name and your location. And if you have items to buy, sell, give away, trade, etc., let us know what those are. no maximum on the number of items you can list, mix and match for the best results. Give us a brief description of each one, and if it's a sale item, let us know what the price is, or also if it's negotiable, the best offer, if you want to give some of that old stuff away to somebody who might be able to use it, etc., etc. And let us know if you're willing to ship the item, and if you'd like to include shipping in the price, just say that. Say shipped or include shipping, and if you don't specify it, the most of the ground rules of a lot of the swap nets is that the buyer pays shipping unless something else is negotiated with the seller. Also, if you'd like somebody to come and pick it up from your house, or will you drive to meet somebody, that is another way to get the equipment from one pair of hands to another. So let us know all that. If it pertains, then give us your contact information. We'll take both email and or telephone numbers, and then end your transmission with your call sign. And if you have, a half an ear on the net, and you're doing other stuff, walking around, whatever, and you missed something that caught your attention, but maybe you missed a phone number, a model, call sign, etc., you can say info followed by your call sign and ask me a question, because I try to write it all down. And then, of course, at the end of the net, which is customary on a lot of the swap nets, we read the list back, whether it be one item, hopefully not, or more. So we review the list at the end of the net, and the tricky part is you never know when that's going to be, but we'll try to stick around till at least 45 minutes past the hour, a quarter to 9, or 0345 as Zulu. Now, that all depends on everybody else, not me. I'll be here, but are you going to be here? That's the question. But if you have a question on a listing, something you might have missed, just ask away. Say info followed by your call sign. You can also say info followed by your call sign if you're new or old to the hobby. You have something that's been gnawing at your brain and chomping on your brain stem that you want to find an answer to. Ask away, and we'll see, as they say in the big TV world, getting answers all across Northern California. And do we remember what TV station says that? Anyway, so we'll try to get some answers for you from the people assembled here, the collective brain of the net. And of course, during the net, you can say contact as well. That'll allow you to call a station that just made the listing. If you got your wits about you and you heard it all, you still have a question, just say contact followed by your call sign. We'll give you the floor or the roof or the table, and you can ask away. You can also say contact followed by your call sign to be having the opportunity to call another station who you think might be listening here. You can move them off frequency to another simplex or repeater channel and talk away, or you can say contact and call a station and pass a quick bit of traffic, like, what time do you want me to pick you up tomorrow to go to, etc., etc. So it doesn't have to be net related. You can do all those three things with the word contact. And of course, if you're out and about and you always, or you do happen to see something that needs the assistance of amateur radio,
He is almost done with the intro spiel.
Just say break or priority, followed by your call sign. We'll stop the net, find out how we can all help. So, and then we'll try to get the assistance that you may need or the situation before you may require. Reminds me of a podcast, and it's been circulating on YouTube. Let's see, if I remember, it's called KC1. Was it QXL up in Vermont and New Hampshire? He was listening to the Mount Washington repeater, and another ham and his buddy were stranded off the road, slid off the road in a bad snowstorm, and amateur radio was the only way that they were able to get help. So you just never know what you're going to see in front of you, or for that matter, hear on either the low bands or a repeater, or simplex for that matter. And of course, we always want to say thank you to Chris, N6ICW, for keeping the repeater humming along as it always does from Mountain Vaca and all the many receive sites that cast your vote into the main N6ICW voting system. You don't even need a paper ballot. Just key your microphone and nobody will throw your vote away. None of the receivers do that, so the best signal possible will get into the repeater. But thank you to Chris and the control group who have been laboring for quite a long time to keep the repeater going since the mid-'80s, and it's been a staple, a mainstay of the Northern California amateur radio community, especially here in the Sacramento Valley. So hats off to N6ICW and his minions. And that's about the rundown here. For those of you who have been here for quite a while, you know how it works. For those who don't, now you do. So we'll go ahead and open the net for listings, see who's going to be out there to join us tonight. And one of the questions, did you go to the Loomis swap? And what did you buy? What did you sell? That's a good thing to talk about. And we can talk about the great deals, and those that didn't see those great deals, well, we can cry over spilled milk, except we have to get a paper towel to wipe it up. Anyway, this is WB2ZEI, Whiskey Bravo 2, Zebra Echo India, Armand in the Arden Arcade area of Sacramento, opening audition number 12 of the Northern California Swap. And happy spring to everybody, and I hope everybody's been enjoying the last couple of great days of above 70-degree weather, and we're hearing that it's going to be a little different tomorrow and maybe over the weekend. So let's see who's out there tonight.
November Lima Whiskey.
Alpha Alpha India. Okay, I got John and Al and which means somebody else talked, but I just got the end of their carrier. Who was the last station?
I don't think he was last. I think he was first. November Lima Whiskey. But I'll let John and Al go first.
Oh, yeah, and of course Gary, too. You know, he's the engineer here. All right there, John. So, were you able to crawl out of your bed and make it to Loomis this Saturday? We'll find out. And also, it is Zam Day, so John's probably stuffed with pizza, maybe, and some news. So, with the news and the pizza, KJ6JD, WB2ZEI.
Well, I defy expectations as always. KJ6JD. Excuse me. And, yeah, I did not make it. Unfortunately, I had a blood sugar low about the middle of the night prior to the swap, and so I was busy trying to bring blood sugar up and then sleeping. But I did make it to the Ham Zam tonight out there in Folsom. And I can tell you all about the results of that, so that I will go on with that. But I sorry about the ham swap. I wish I could have been there. Okay, on to Folsom. Tonight we had 6 candidates. We turned out 1 extra. We turned out a couple of generals, and we turned out 3 techs. And all of them ended up signing in, of course, online. Even if they show up in person cold, we still either give them our phone or let them use theirs, or if they don't have one, as the case may be. Anyway, so we'll do this all again on the 3rd Thursday of April, and old Armand knows what that is in the back of his mind. And 6 o'clock out there. If you want to attend these exams, please go to folsomhamexams.org and sign up there. It's real easy. You do it all online, you pay with PayPal, and you don't have nothing to do except for take your exam when you show up. I think that's about it. Oh, I'm bushed. KJ6JD.
All righty, great, John. 3, 2, 1. The magic numbers: 3 techs, 2 generals, and 1 extra. Extra what is the question? And I can greatly sympathize with you, because that's happened to me a number of times. But you know what I do? Instead of slugging down a big tumbler of Jack Daniels, it's Pepsi time or soda time. So, yeah, that'll do it. Give it about 15 minutes, but that can be, depending how low you go, that can be a little distraughting. No, that's not. Al would say, there's no such word. That's true, there isn't. Irregardless, right, Al? But, yeah, John, I'm glad you crawled into bed and got some rest. And, well, you know, there's always Carmichael, right?
Check. Yeah, I got to put together all the I's and T's and cross them and dot them and all that there kind of crap. But we'll wait for the end of May. And meanwhile, enjoy the Thursday night swap right here. KJ6JD.
Alrighty, great. Thanks, John, and thanks for all you do. And I heard Mike, N6ICW, as I was getting ready Saturday to head out, but I didn't run into him. But I know he's alive and well because I heard him. So that was good. Thank you to Mike and Bear and you and all the others involved with the Ham-Zams up at Mountain Mike's Pizza, 717 East at Bidwell Street. And the next get-together of the Knights of Mountain Mike's Pizza Roundtable will be April 18th. So a few days after Tax Day. Monday is the 15th, and Thursday is the test day. Folsom Ham Exams, plural, exams.org. Thanks, John. And I did get to see Big Al. Shook his hand, and he didn't even squish it. K6AAI, WP2ZEI.
Yeah, we was there. I saw you there. And you're not the only one I saw. I saw you and Gary, and everybody else who said they were there. I think it's like all the people who said they were at Woodstock. I mean, all the people who said they were at Woodstock, really went. There would have been half the population of America at the time. But oh yeah, I was at Woodstock. Good stuff, man. I don't know. Any rate, let's see. No news here. We leave for Japan a week from tomorrow at noon, and so that's all I have. I'm not going to use up any of your electrons tonight because I used a bunch of them last week, and so I will just let you take over the net and just wanted to say hello, and now I'm going to say goodbye. K6AAI.
Well, we know we have plenty of electrons to spend, and heck, if you don't spend your electrons, what am I supposed to do? Sit here for 45 minutes talking to myself? will you be engaged in a flurry of suitcase corralling?
Yeah, we'll probably be packing and going over our checklist and whatever, but we're not taking much. It's a 2-week cruise. We're just taking our rollerboards, not taking the big giant Pullman suitcases. And so it's and we don't do the formal night on the boat and anything like that. I bring for dinner. Gotta wear a sport coat for dinner. So I bring my Hager sport coat, best sport coat I ever had. You can tie it in a knot, roll it up, stuff it in your suitcase, take it out. 10 hours later, shake it, and it's as good as it was the day it was new. Hager is a great traveling sport coat, and bring a pair of Docker pants, and that's it. I wear that every night for dinner. I don't bring a tie. I haven't worn a tie since I think my father's funeral, and that's the last time I wear them, I'm sure. So, at any rate, we don't bring a lot of clothes, and temperatures will be mild in Japan. They're in the 50s and 60s, so should be nice. And the temperature's always good on the boat. So there you have it.
All right, very good. And did you I'm just curious, what did you settle on in order to get your little bodies to the airport? How much are they scalping your wallet?
We took the whole enchilada, the $803 from Galaxy Limo. We're going to do it that way. We're thinking about flying, but then we have to get to the Sacramento airport, go, drag our bags, go through TSA, get on this little tiny little plane. You have to check your bag or gate check your bag. Get to San Francisco, get your bag, and walk who knows how far to the international section, and probably still miss our plane because the flight will probably be canceled. So we decided we're going to just go the night before, spend the night at the Hyatt Hotel right there on the grounds on the railroad. It's on the train that goes around the airport, and so we're going to spend the night at the Hyatt Grand or whatever they call it. And we have a noon plane, so we really have to get up a little bit early and get on the train and get to the international thing to check in, passports, and the whole Megillah. So, but it'll be convenient. It won't be too bad. So if we get to the airport at 10:30, we'll be in plenty of time for the noon flight. We're going on All Nippon Airways. I don't know what that means. Does that mean that there's some company called a partly Nippon Airlines, mostly the Nippon Airlines? I have no idea what this airline is, but that's what we're flying on. But we're flying business class, so at least be somewhat comfortable for 13 hours.
Well, you see, All Nippon is it's part of the conglomerate, partly Nippon, maybe Nippon, and I think it's Nippon. They have the regional carriers. Anyway, alrighty, very good. And yep, I hope you enjoy yourself, and I'll be eager to hear about that when you return home. Maybe we'll hear you on 10 meters or something. There's plenty of JAs all over the place now. Anyway, thank you, Al, and have a good week. And we'll, if we can, maybe we'll say sayonara to you next Thursday. K6AAI, WB2ZEI, and now to the front of the train, WA6FGI. Take it away, boss.
Okay. Whiskey Alpha 6 Foxtrot, off the end here. Same listing as a few weeks back, but we're going to modify it a little bit. It's an ICOM ID51A. True dual band receive, dual band transmit, VHF, UHF. Comes with long duck antenna, small manual, and a large size advanced manual. Spiral bound, so you open it up and read into it. Batteries of questionable age and usage, but they all work. They do hold charge. And I'll throw in the battery charger. The whole thing for $300. That's a pickup item. If you go down to the HRL and you buy the amount of batteries that come with it, various capacities, and a separate charger, because the drop-in charger is extra. You're going to have nearly $600 for the goodies in your hands. I'll take 300. Phone number is 916-344-7571. And, of course, the name is Gary, George Alpha Romeo Yankee. Did you get all that, Armand?
Yes, sir. Actually, I just sat back after I cut and pasted, and that was very easy. All righty. Thank you, Gary. And how was your outing at the swap? I didn't see you around, but Al says you were there.
There was a lot of people and a lot of equipment. Some old, some new, and mostly in between. Nothing really late model. I would say nothing later than 2010 at best, maybe 2015, and not much of that. One thing that did catch my eye was a Yaesu Quadra 1,000 watt amp. When they come out in the late 90s, they're known to be great amps, and you just hook them up as per instructions and fire them up. They run. The owner, the guy who was showing the amp, I asked him the obvious, true pointed question, and I says, have you ran this amp or have you seen it in operation? And I got a hem and a ha, and he says, get the usual story, got up my silent keys, estate, so on and so forth. And he told me his price he's asking for it, which was $2,000. And I says, you've never seen it operate? And he said, no. He said, I only have 220 end of the shack. And I says, great. How am I supposed to know if it's going to operate? He said, well, you just have to, I said, take your word for it for $2,000. And he says, yeah. I said, I can't do that. I said, I could do it a lot less, because I says, if there's anything broken in that thing, I says, there just are no parts available. Anyway, we went different directions on it. I got his phone number, and I forwarded it to a guy who was possibly looking for it, but even he goes, well, I think he'll wait. And I said, I don't think that's a bad, I said, I think that's a pretty good idea. I said, I can lay $2,000 down for, I hope it works when I get it home. So back to you, Armand. WB Suzette, and Annette, WA6FGI.
Question?
All righty, very good. I think that was Frank. I'm not sure. We'll take the question in a minute. Yeah, okay. Well, it's too bad that they do that. I mean, they could say, you take it home, and if it doesn't work, I'll give you your money back. But so I think I did see that Quadra. But, that's a thing. Of course, he could have said, yeah, I did see it operate, but at least he was honest about that. But, they got to be flexible. All right, let me read Gary's listing, and then we'll take that question, and then we'll see what Frank's doing. Number one tonight is, of course, Gary. You just heard him. WA6FGI, Whiskey Alpha 6 Fox Golf India. A fine Gary individual. And that's Gary in Sacramento. Up the north end of Watt Avenue near Antelope. He's got an ICOM India Delta 51 Alpha +2. This is a VHF, UHF dual band, true dual band HT. You can hear two receive signals at the same time. And any combination of VHF and UHF, or both of each. That means VV, UU, or V or UHF. That's the true dual bander. Anyway, has, two sides of the radio, just like some of the Kenwoods do. And he's got a collection of batteries to go with it. An 1800 milliamp hour battery, 1150 milliamp, and a 2270 milliamp hour battery. All those go with it, and also a 2000 milliamp hour battery. So he got a lot of batteries to pick and choose as long as he can keep them charged. He's got the original manual, and he also has a large print comb-bound manual that has a lot of the advanced features spelled out in it and covers everything you wanted to know about the ID51 Alpha. And he will include a drop-in charger as well. And he would like $300 for that package, including the charger. That means you don't have to go buy one. And it also comes with a long rubber duck for the HD. It's a diamond long rubber duck antenna. Gary is the original owner, and he would like a pickup at his home. And you can call and chat with him about it, 916-344-7571. Again, 916-344-7571. That's WA6FGI. And who's got the question?
Well, that was November Lima Whiskey, but she answered it. I thought he said ID 52, but it's ID 51. November Lima Whiskey, good evening.
Well, howdy there, Mr. Frank, and how are you doing tonight? How's the YouTube universe, and how are you doing? I did see your text message last night around 6 o'clock, but I was a little, maybe my brain wasn't working, but I didn't quite understand what it was. Something about getting together at 4 o'clock or something or other. What was that all about?
Oh, well, that's easy to answer. And before I do that, Kilo Golf 6 November Lima Whiskey, plus at least 7 people, one of which from Ireland, and one Quebec says to say hi to you. You know who he is. And today at 4 p.m., I went live and did a testing of some radios, including a couple new radios sitting here on my desk now. The Talk Pod series, you might have heard of those, as well as an ICOM ID50 and one of my commercial radios to give a good baseline there. So I was live at 4 o'clock and live again now for the North-South Swap. I do, however, have some sad news in the community. Let me let this drop real quick.
Yeah, a little lower than it usually is. I don't know if it's just a different mic or you're a little further away.
My audio is lower? That's odd. Okay, I'll speak further into the mic. I'll swallow it almost. As of today, our very own KF6VYH, John Iacono, you might know him as Johnny Vegas, Grumps. You pick your name of how you know him. And if you knew him, he is a silent P as of today. He had some issues going on and he just couldn't pull out of it and passed away, hopefully somewhat peacefully this afternoon from the sounds of it. So KF6VYH is a silent P. Other than that, there is not much else going on. Oh, and there's one person, I don't know if they're still in the chat, from Ireland. So you say good day, good morning to everybody in YouTube land and Twitch and X, formerly Twitter. Kilo Golf 6 November Lima Whiskey. I'll be around.
All righty. Well, let's see. Should we say top of the morning to the folks in Ireland? And if I remember, Johnny, wasn't he in? He loved photography. I think. Am I thinking of the right person? He used to take a lot of pictures.
Affirmative. That's the same one. He's big into photography and big into magician. You know, was a magician and pyrotechnics. He was from Marin County and moved up to the Sacramento area. Oh, geez, 20 some odd years ago now, and or almost 20 some odd years ago, and that's where he's been this whole time. So, yeah, he is silent P as of today.
Yeah, well, that's more sad news, but more and more we're hearing that. what can we do? I think too bad he couldn't be as his call sign. I always thought of him as VYH, very young ham. So condolences to Johnny's relatives and close to ones who knew him well. I think you probably did. I'm sure we'll all miss him, and maybe his legacy will be all the things that he captured with his other wonderful hobby, photography. But yeah, I think I used to hear him driving around and taking pictures and doing stuff.
Yeah, that would be the one. Yep, he drove around almost more than I do. uh, he and I didn't quite get along every time, but he was a good man. Anyway, enough of the sadness. I knew I needed to put that out there, let everybody know, and we'll go back to regularly scheduled NorCal SwapNet. This is Kilo Golf 6 November Lima Whiskey in the Research, Development, and Online Streaming Department.
All right, run real quick question before we move on. No, I have not heard of TalkPod radios. That sounds intriguing. Do they talk, and what are they?
The short version, Armand, they are another version of the Baofeng Wushan TED radio type radios out of overseas areas. They're quite interesting. Let's see here. I think you would appreciate it, but you would get annoyed by it really quickly. Let's see. Hopefully that came through. That was me putting in 146520 on the talk pod.
Okay, yeah, well, that talks, right? You know, the guy sounds a little hyper, but that's okay. You know, that's another accessible radio. I have not heard about that or seen it on some of the lists, but TalkPod, well, we'll have to chat about that another time. You have to tell me a little more about it. Alrighty, thank you, Frank, and thank you for being there for the R&D, and hi to all our virtual viewers in YouTube land. And again, actually, I guess I was a little remiss, didn't really get a chance to get to my computer when I wanted to, but, you know, don't give up. WB2ZEI at ARRL.net if you need to put a listing here on the NorCal Swap. Somehow time just seems to always disappear. You know, it's sort of like sugar dissolving in water or sand running through your fingers on the beach. Anyway, so if anybody out there in the YouTube country wants to make a listing, or anybody listening wants to make a listing, you can do that. And I will say the restrictions are very few, if any. I know some of one of the other swap nets says no estate sales, no this, no that. And I've had conversations with the ARRL about that, and I don't know why those traditions arise and they carry on, but we don't have that here. So as long as you're not a dealer, right? So anyway, alrighty. Well, thank you, Frank, and we'll have to catch up with you and talk about the Talk Pod. And KG6NLW, WB2ZEI with an NorCal Swap. Who else is out there tonight, with or without a listing?
WA6FGI.
Yeah, Gary.
Scratch the listing. Radio's been sold.
All right, way to go. Okay. Scratch number one. Somebody got it. And who is the lucky winner?
He didn't get his call sign. His name is George. Couldn't come up. He's going to drive up from Elk Grove. He says he's been looking for one. And it's going to be a great radio.
Yeah, he see the silent majority is out there. They don't talk a lot, but they act when it matters. So, okay, very good. Glad to hear that. As they say, SwapNet rides again. Thank you, Gary. Congratulations. And also, of course, congratulations to George. Well, you know that the SwapNet does work sometimes. You just got to be at the right place at the right time with the right stuff, and you make the connections. That's what it's all about. Anybody else for the net tonight?
Well, I'll fill in some dead silence here. I do have, for whatever it's worth, up on my live stream and in the chat information, the format that you wish emails to be in, as well as your email, or people can post it in the chat if they want, and I can relay it in that way. And yeah, I should probably remind you, like Thursday mornings, to check your email.
Yeah, I know. You know, this paperwork and KOVR stuff and other things, and you know, I'd say, yeah, I'm gonna get to it, but you know, I looked at my email and I knocked it down by about 300 or 400 today, but still not where it needs to be. So I think I was back to March 12th, I think. So anyway, but yeah, you know, too many lists, too many emails. So what can you do? So like you know, like what is it? Indeed, or is it that other recruiting site says looking for the needle in the haystack? But thanks, Frank. Yep, you're be my conscience.
Ah, indeed. And there you go. All right, well, let's hear. Gary's got his listing done. Let's see who else is out there.
Yeah, see, the SwapNet does work. That's encouraging. I'm glad for Gary. Anybody else? Who else is out there? You know, sitting back in the weeds. You know, stand up and be counted. Well, I did see Tony N6ICW, and he told me that he picked up the piece of equipment that was that Patrick had put on from a couple of weeks ago, N2DYI. So that was a success. So it does work, you know. So what can I say? But maybe it's a quiet evening. Maybe people are outside enjoying the weather before the rain comes. Who knows? And of course, the Visalia DX convention is coming up in about maybe 3-4 weeks. Well, a little less than that. This Sunday is the 24th. Then we have the 31st, the 6th, and the 13th. So, or something like that. The 12th. So, let's see, the 14th, 13th. Yeah. So it's going to be the Friday the 12th, 13th, and 14th down at the Visalia Convention Center. And you can look online and get some more information. Just go to dxconvention.org, dxconvention.org, and you'll find out all about the DX convention and all the seminars the speakers they'll have about the people that have done the expedition to literally all 4 corners of the Earth. But how could the Earth have a corner when it's a round ball? I don't know. Anyway, so they've been all over the place, up and down and this way and that. They'll tell you all about their experiences. Plus, I'm sure they're going to have a lot of good vendors and a whole bunch of door prizes. I think about 24. And I think the vendors kind of pull out a little bit of the stops and offer good deals during the convention.
And let's see here. They've updated the page for the forums over at dxconvention.org or .com. Saturday, in 3 weeks, Saturday at DX Convention in Visalia, TX5S Clipperton Island will be presenting for the Saturday banquet. Sunday breakfast will be H40WA Timatu, and there's a couple other good forums going on as well, and that's all in 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that one. Do they list? They don't list the exhibitors, do they? Or do they?
Let me take a quick look. I just looked at the presentations and forums as of, let's see here. Where is it? I'll find it and I'll let you know.
Okay, well, and of course the biggie comes up in May. I think that's probably the 17th, 18th, and 19th. The big kahuna of all ham fests, of course, the Dayton Ham Convention, like 30,000 people there or something. That happens every year, but people hope they have their hotel rooms already, or at least the ground to spread out a sleeping bag on. And if you want vendors and flea markets, that's the place to be. Anybody else for the net tonight? It's kind of a quiet evening. We got one success story. Gary sold his ID 51 Alpha Plus 2. Anybody else out there to join us? WJ. Awesome, Mike. All right, I got you, Charlie. Who was there? I think I heard W0 something.
KJ6WJ.
Okay. Hi, Bill. How you doing? Let's see. Let me get Charlie, and then we'll swing over to Rockland. From Rosemont to Rockland in a flash. W6SOM. Hi, Charlie. WV2ZEI. Go ahead.
Good evening to you in the net. This is Whiskey 6, Sir Oscar Mike. Yeah, I do have a something to sell. I have a VX8DR. It has a hand mic and GPS unit. It has the holder for the GPS unit if you don't want to use the hand mic as well. It has 3 batteries. 2 of them are the 2200 milliamp. 1 is the 1800 milliamp. It has the quick charger and a whole slew of other accessories, as well as the Nifty manual and several other manuals. Original box, perfect working order. You can contact me on another break. You can contact me at 916-601-8335 or at w6som@arrl.net. And it'll be $400, an extra $20 for shipping if you need it. Back to you.
All right, Charlie, very good. Let's see if my listing that I copied and pasted is still accurate here. Number 2 tonight, Whiskey 6 Sierra Oscar Mike. That's Charlie, W6SOM. Charlie is in the Rosemont area of Sacramento. He has a Victor X-Ray 8 Delta Romeo VX8DR. This is a quad band HT. It comes with the hand mic and the GPS unit, 3 batteries. Quad band is 6 meters, 2 meters, I believe 222, right? I might get to that, but 220 as well, right, Charlie?
Correct.
Okay, comes with, thank you, it comes with a GPS unit, collection of batteries, 3 batteries, a quick charger, and a multitude of other accessories. He also has a nifty manual to go with it as well. And the price went down from my last time. Now it's $400. Before it was $450. So now it's $400 for the VX8 Delta Romeo. You can email Charlie if you like, Whiskey 6 Sierra Oscar Mike at ARRL.net, or give him a ring on the phone, 916-601-8835. Again, 916-601-8335. I'm sorry. Again, 916-601-8335.
I also have pictures if anybody wants to see those, so I can send those over.
Okay, let me put that in. Pics available. Okay, great, Charlie. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Armand. W6SOM.
All righty. Thanks, Charlie. Good to hear you. And how are you there, Mr. Bill? KJ6WJ. Go ahead. WB2ZEI.
Doing pretty good here. I got a couple of antennas to list. Of course, I've had this one quite a while. It's Bill and Rockwood, and these are pickup items because they're kind of big. At least the one is anyway. It's the M2 KT36XA. That's a tri-bander, 36-foot boom. It's all down on some sawhorses at the side of my yard. And if you go to the M2 and look up what that thing costs new, it's over $4,300. So it's an expensive bean, and I got it for $625. I want it out of the side yard, so it's a bargain if somebody just willing to come pick it up. That's one item. And the second one is a VHQ hex beam that's 6 through 20 meters. It's probably the heaviest duty hex beam you could buy. It's made up in New England. You can check their website out. And it's made for a lot of ice and snow and high winds. It's not going to fold up on you after 2 or 3 years. This one's going to built to last. So, and I think they sell those for about $1,600, which is a lot of money for a hex beam, but they're so well made. That's what they are. I got it for $765. Pick up here in Rockland. And if there's any other questions or any other interest, they can reach me at area code 916-624-3890. They can text me at that number, and probably as sleepy as I am, you better text me tomorrow morning. So I can return their text and give them a call if they got any questions about it. And that's about it. This is KJ6WJ, Bill and Rockland.
All right, Bill. Wow, that price on that KT36XA keeps getting better and better. And I know you've been listing it on the 40-meter swap as well. You just got to hit the right guy at the right time. But that's a good antenna. Some of the things just, they don't move. Just like Bill N6MXU has the stepper monster. But you got to have the right stuff for these antennas. Tower, mast, and rotator. So, but good luck with that. Yeah, that's quite a good deal on the KT36XA. Alrighty, number 3 tonight. We'll review it. KJ6WJ, Kilo Juliet with 6 Whiskey Juliet. Bill in Rockland has some pickup items for sale. They are antennas, somewhat on the large side, especially the first one. So you'll have to go pick it up. The first one is an M2. Let's see, let me fix that. KT36 X-ray Alpha tri-band beam. It's on a 36-foot boom. Covers 10, 15, and 20 meters. It's on the ground on sawhorses. He just wants it to get it the heck out of his yard. So he'll take $625 for that, which is a great price since they usually sell for 4,000, 4,300 brand new. So yikes! Like that's at 75% off plus. Yeah, without even more than that. I'm bad at math on the fly, but anyway, it's 625 instead of 4,300. And so if you want a big signal on the low bands, that's the way to go. 625 for the KT36XA. He also has a hex beam for sale. This is a heavy duty mama, the Victor Hotel Quebec VHQ hex beam, 6 through 20 meters. And Bill tells us it is a heavy duty hex beam made in New England, and it's great for ice and snow. So, you know, if you have a cabin up in the Sierras, you could put it up there. I don't know if it'd stand, 100-mile-an-hour winds at the ridge tops, but it's a heavy-duty antenna, and it will take some high winds as well. And again, another good price on this one is $765. $765 for the VHQ hex beam. And you can call or text Bill, preferably maybe tomorrow morning, or you can call him right here now if you like, 916-624-3890. Again, 916-624-3890. Any breaks for Bill? All right, well, call him, think about it overnight, and give him a ding in the morning. Thank you, Bill. KJ6WJ, WP2ZEI. Thank you, and that's great prices on those antennas.
Yeah, appreciate it. And again, they can check out the website. They can go to the VHQ's got a website there for his antennas. You can read all the specs and everything on it. I think it's good for 3,500 watts, which is a lot more than I have. Anyway, thanks again, KJ6WJ.
Those VHQ hex beams are absolutely fantastic. They currently retail for $1,700, and they can take up to, at minimum, up to at 1,000 pounds of force. The bottom edge of the square tubing is deflected only 0.15 inches, while other main hex beams only take 150 pounds. So it is quite the behemoth of the antenna and absolutely fantastic.
There you go, R&D stepping in for some more information. Yeah, so maybe Ross needs to get a hex beam up at his Sierra wind-blown cabin up there. Anyway, hopefully we'll find a new home for both of those antennas. Thank you, Frank.
Oh, no problem. I actually know the company very well. A couple of my YouTube friends have done quite a handful of videos on those fantastic hex beams.
Yeah, so, you need to put up something good like that in Cloverdale.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of, not that kind of real estate or money for that. Otherwise, yeah, probably.
Heck, you don't need a lot of real estate. Heck, I had I don't think it's as big, but maybe.
Look at Armand trying to sell me on this, and I'm the one promoting it.
New York City lot, like a 30 by 80 or 40 by 80 lot with an 80-foot tower on it. So, you don't need a whole lot of real estate. That's for the Californians. They like to spread out. If they don't have 10 acres, they think they got a little piece of land.
Well, that is a little piece of land compared to some places. All right, let's see who else you get. That's 2 listings. Well, 3 technically. Let's see who else you get, because we have made it to 9 o'clock almost.
see. Yeah, I think we have. Let's see. Yeah, 8:58. Weather and traffic on the 8th? Nope, I don't think so. More listings on the 8th? Yeah, that'd be good. WB2ZI with the NorCal Swap. Anybody else to join us tonight? Okay, well, let's see. Maybe it's that time has arrived, so we don't put people to sleep or get them too bored. Maybe make one or two more calls and see if we can rustle the bushes and see if there's anybody hiding out there. If not, I will read these nice listings back. And we did strike gold tonight. Gary sold his ID51 Alpha. Let's see if we can sell something else too. Some of the other nice things that were listed tonight. Anybody else to join the net tonight?
Kilo Alpha 6, Yankee Lima Alpha. Kayla and Carmichael just want to say hi.
Oh, great. Okay. Hi, Kayla. How you? Good to hear your voice as well. And, yep, we're just coming up on 9 o'clock. There we go. KA6YLA. Good evening to you. How are you doing?
Well, I'm hanging in there. It looks like I'm going to get some surgery soon, and I need a new hip and a new knee. So that's what I'm scheduled for this year. That'll be my big hurrah. So kind of laying low otherwise. So it's good to check in. I haven't talked to you guys in quite some time. So I want to hear what everybody's offering. Back to net control, KA6YLA.
Wow. Yeah, you're taking on a lot there, hip and knee. So I hope they do one at a time and give the parts to heal. You know, those are pretty major projects, surgeries too. But I hope it makes you feel better as well. Thanks, Kayla. Good to hear you. Good to have a lady's voice here on the net, as always. And we wish you well. When is that surgery coming up?
Well, it's not actually scheduled yet. I have to go through all sorts of tests and stuff to make sure I'm capable of that endeavors, as you said. But it's getting inching closer, and that I've been waiting for over a year for this. So I'll be happy to see the backside of it all. Back to you, KA6YLA.
Yeah, of course, and we wish you a speedy recovery as well. Those are rough things to get through. Well, good luck. Let us know when that's going to happen, and we'll be thinking of you. Thank you, KA6YLA and Carmichael, WB2ZEI, with the NorCal Swap. Anybody else for the net?
Well, real quick, I just got a notification here that my buddy Simon, currently Victor Kilo 3 Bravo India X-Ray, is live and is playing POTA at 21.407. So head on down to 15 meters and see if you can catch a VK land out just outside Melbourne, Australia, and say good morning to them. Kilo Golf 6 November Lima Whiskey.
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, let's get the word out. I don't know if 15 is open to North America this time of night. Of course, you know, I always think about that. You know, the bands are open, but you know, if nobody talks, nobody knows. So maybe you can work Simon down there in VK land. So if you want to test out your equipment and see how far you can stretch, give Simon a call. 21407. Thank you, Frank, and wish him well for us. I hope he's sitting in a lot of sunshine.
If I hear him, I'll let him know. I do know he is also live streaming, but we work things out beforehand because he's a good friend of mine, and he's actually usually he's in Canada, up in Victoria, British Columbia, as Victor Alpha 7 Bravo India X-ray. But he's an Aussie misplaced in Canada, but he has to go back to Australia once in a while to help out the family with stuff on the farm. So he's down there during the summer taking care of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's about a little after 3 o'clock out there, so I hope he's sitting in the sunshine and listening to the birds chirp in the park. All right. Wish him well for us as we crawl into our beds and head into the night. Of course, so they're quite a bit ahead of us, a little bit. Well, quite a bit. 12 hours and 18 hours ahead of us. All righty, thank you, Frank, for that one. So I'll go ahead and check out 21407, see what happens. Anybody else for the net at a little past 0400 Zulu? Okay, well, I think it's about time that we satisfy Kayla's curiosity. That means read the list, and we will review what we've had so far. And of course, the SwapNet rides again. Gary, WA6FGI, who listed his ID 51 Alpha dual band HT by ICOM, that found a new home. But we have a few other things that are still looking. So don't let this equipment be homeless. Anyway, number 2 tonight is Charlie, W6SOM, Whiskey 6 Sierra Oscar Mike. Charlie is in the Rosemont area of Sacramento. He's got a Yaesu quad band radio. It's the Victor X-Ray 8 Delta Romeo, 6 meters, 2 meters, 1 1/4 meters, and 70 centimeters. That means 50, 144, 220, and 440 megahertz HT. It's a quad band, comes with a hand mic, the GPS unit. He's also including 3 batteries with it, so that should keep you charged up for a while, along with the quick charger if you need a charge, and a multitude of other accessories as well. He's got the little nifty manual to get you started, and he'd like $400, $400, price reduced from last time for that equipment. And you can email Charlie at W6 Sierra Oscar Mike, W6SOM at ARRL.net. And pictures are available, he says. So if you email him and ask him, he'll send you some pictures back. Or give him a call on the phone. Maybe tomorrow. He might have some little ones sleeping. The little critters, they like to curl up early. So they're smarter than the adults. 916-601-8335. Again, 916-601-8335. And number 2 tonight, Kilo Juliet 6 Whiskey Juliet KJ6WJ. Bill is in Rockwood, and both of these antennas are to be picked up if you desire to have them on your property. And the first one is a really good deal. The price has been coming down over the last X number of months. He just wants to get it out of his yard. It's an M squared, really nice antenna, the KT Kilo Tango 36 X-ray Alpha. And Bill, if you're still there, is that 6 elements or how many elements on what bands? Well, it's on a 36-foot boom, Bill tells us. And how many elements, Bill? Is that 6?
If not, what was the model number again?
KT36 X-ray Alpha. I'm guessing it's probably a 36. I mean, a 6-element beam for 3 bands. But people want, they can look it up. But Frank, with his nimble fingers, will find out for us. Anyway, it's on the ground, ready to be picked up. So bring a trailer or a big long bus, or maybe even a choo-choo train. You can put it on top of there and take it home. It's on a 36-foot boom. Price is $625. The antenna brand new goes for around $4,300. So that's quite a price reduction. He also has a hex beam for sale. It's the VHQ, Victor Hotel Quebec hex beam. It's good for a 6 to 20 meter operation, and it is a heavy duty, really heavy duty hex beam. It's made in New England, and it's purported to handle ice and high winds very well. And Frank did some research and found out that indeed it is very heavy duty. It'll stand up to about 1,000 pounds of force on the antenna, whereas some of the other brands, 150. So you see the difference there. $765 for the VHQ hex beam, and you can talk to Bill about it, or send him a text, 916-624-3890. Again, 916-624-3890.
And to add on to the Kilo Tango 36XA, 5 elements are active on 20 and 15 meters, and all 6 elements are working on 10 meters. And M Squared Incorporated factory direct price is $4,840.95. That does not include shipping, handling, taxes, etc. So you're getting a steal of a deal if you get Bill's antenna.
Wow, yeah, jeepers creepers. Yeah, close, but by the time you get done, you figure tax on 4,800. That's quite a bit, and shipping. I don't know what the weight is, but yeah, that's a steal of a deal. So if you want a big signal, 5 elements on 20, 6 on 15, and 10, that is respectable. Even with 100 watts, you'd probably be doing really well. So go out and grab it before it gets away. Thank you, Frank, for filling in the details.
A couple more details. As you said, the boom length is 32 feet, element length 25 feet, and wind survival 100 miles an hour. Weight is 80 pounds. Shipping weight is 85 pounds in 2 boxes. So, yeah, you're getting a heck of a deal getting that antenna from Bill. All right, research and development shutting up. Kilo Golf 6, November, Lima Whiskey.
Yeah, he's our really intelligent assistant, right? An RI, not an AI. Yeah, that's 80 pounds, and yikes, my stepper is 100, and that's got motors and everything on it, but there you go. So hoop it up and check out Bill's antenna. Again, 916-624-3890. Alrighty, anybody else with any other traffic or comments to the net before we close the book?
Everyone go find Victor Kilo 3 Bravo Indy X-ray on 21407. He might be going down to 17 meters very shortly here. He is also live streaming on YouTube. If you look up his call sign, Victor Alpha 7 Bravo India X-ray or VHAM Jazz, ham radio and jazz music, you will find him. Kilo Golf 6, November, Lima Whiskey.
All right, Frank, very good. Yeah, well, wish him well. And I think with that KT36XA and, even 100 watts, that'll do it, provided the band cooperates. Okay, last call. Anybody else with anything else for the net before we close the squeaking door?
This is Kilo Delta 6, Mike Alpha November in Wheatland.
Alrighty, KD6MAN. Let's see. Let's see if I can find you. Yep, that's Cody. How you doing, Cody?
Oh, pretty good. I don't know if the net wants to hear what I have to say, but I'm here in Wheatland, doing pretty good.
Good. Of course we want to hear. What do you got to say? Or did you say it already?
No, I don't think the net wants to hear what I have to say because it's anti-government, and we got the FCC, so just know that the KD6MAN station here in Wheatland is anti-government.
Well, it is America, right? And we can still say what we want to say. I don't know how long that'll continue, but this is not whatchamacallit, Meta or Google or whatever. So we still have the freedom to speak our minds, Cody.
Roger that. Well, I appreciate that on the Mount Vaca repeater, that if we're allowed to speak our minds, and I will speak my mind. I think I really don't think that the 50% tax, look at it on my books, it's 50%. It's like, man, I'm really happy to make 50% profit, but I don't even make that. The government makes more money off of my labor than I do off my own labor.
Yeah, well, we all know that. Every year they quote statistics about how many days and months you have to work to earn the money you earn in order to pay your income taxes. So, all I can say is, you know all that. So make sure you hit the ballot box in November and do the right thing.
That's all I try to do. My girlfriend is Hispanic, and she works her ass off, and they pay her $2 an hour more. She can translate for other Hispanic kids at the school, but they're only paying her $12 an hour.
That's too bad. We pay people at McDonald's more than that, and I think it's more important to teach our children than it is to flip burgers. But anyway, good to have you aboard, and good to hear your views. I think, some of us, if not all of us, most of us are of the same persuasion. I think some of the hams, a bunch of them are conservative too. So, it's getting to the point where you really can't trust any government today. Anyway, with that, thank you, Cody, and thanks for listening in. And we'll talk to you again next time if you're around next week. Already we're looking at the end of March. Actually, it'll be the Sacred Holy Thursday, and Easter is just around the corner. So get those bunny ears going. And of course, don't forget about those hot cross buns for Easter. That reminds me, I got to find out if our local supermarket is going to be baking those before I go shopping. Always look forward to those lemon iced hot cross buns. So, anybody else with anything else for the net? Thank you, Cody, KD6MAN, and WB2ZEI. Anything else from anybody out there?
No, KD6MAN isn't done yet. I want you guys to listen to me. The thing is, you guys don't. Everybody that's going on around here. I don't know where you guys are. You're in Mount Baca that I'm hitting. Happy.
All right. With that, I am going to call it a night. This is one of those guys that tends to go on a major rant, and I'm not going to have that on my YouTube. Some of his views are fine, some of them not so much, and I know exactly where this kind of transmission is going because I listen into a lot of what's going on. So, with that, I want to say to you guys 73, be safe, be happy, have fun, smash that like button, ring the bell so that you know when I'm going live again next, hit the subscribe button, check out the links below, join the discords because we want you. And until next time, POTA on and POTA hard. 73.